Hey Akshay, I'm a brand manager at a D2C company in India. We do have a marketing internal team and we also have a creative partner agency. But honestly, it's adding a lot of chaos. There is no authority, there's no accountability, and constantly the brand is getting torn between the two. How do you think we can fix this?
So, thanks for the question. I think I've spent a lot of time at the agency side, and I can tell you with conviction that sometimes the fault is also with how the brand is working with the agency. I can tell you four very quick points. Right? One is that probably the brief that you're giving to the agency is constantly evolving and changing. Point number two could also be that probably the agency doesn't have full context to what you want to achieve from your campaigns, and that's also could be possible because maybe you've not been able to communicate enough to the agency and give them your perspectives. Point three says sometimes you are moving in sprints, but the agency is thinking campaigns, and that's where the misalignment actually happens. And I feel sometimes, and that would be point number four, is that a lot of times the feedback that's been provided to the agency could be fairly broken and probably is not very structured, which again leads to a lot of things just moving and getting lost in translation. So I think these typically are the 4 points that I see as problems that typically happen from the brand's perspective. But how can we actually solve for this, right? That's the most important actually, is that can you install a single briefing format which becomes like a living, breathing document, which typically dumps all of the important information into one standardized document, which means that there is no WhatsApp here, there is no scattered Slack threads. It's only one working document where you are inputting everything about your brand into. Second, I would say, over communicate context. A lot of times the context that you have in your mind is not being translated. So can you actually give more context to the agency? Get them in the room when you are brainstorming on your own GTMs. Get them in the room when, maybe like a quick 30-minute when you're planning your own product launch as well. Let them hear the conversation that you and your founders are having, because that will give them a lot more context. Point three would be, let's stop giving feedback in the sense that this doesn't work. This doesn't work as feedback honestly doesn't work for the agency as well. Can the feedback be a lot more structured and documented? Typically, feedback can come in between 24 to 48 hours from when the agency actually sends you their content. That would be the ideal sweet spot for you to also get back to them so that they can start reworking on your feedback. Finally, very importantly, it's a mindset change. Treat your agency like a partner and just see how overnight this entire rapport with them will change, because when you start seeing them as a partner and less as a vendor, the relationship becomes a lot more beautiful.